90% water. They
I'm
lied.
just working it out in my head. Yeah, I'm gonna look at the ingredients list here while you do the introductions.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Up here in the top left of Red City LE, the purple Zerg for InfNA, MumboJumbo.
See how long you can hold out that O. Come on, that was
And I
weak.
actually screwed that up completely. Purple Zerg. That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Well,
That was excellent. Okay, so let's take
that
two.
has been the most anticlimactic
Take
introduction
two.
ever.
You can tell I've been just a little out of practice here. This will make a perfect example for what to show my students at Monday's casting practice.
What
Okay, so
not to do.
take two.
Just
In
like
the
your
t-
cheese fails.
When casting fails, shut
When
up.
casting
Shut
fails.
up. Up here, in the top left of Red City LE, the Blue Zerg for ROH, it is Blord!
I think we
Which
should
is
just call
also
him Blord.
Blord, yeah, the sound that an overlord makes.
Blord?
Blord.
Where's Day 9's Overlord sounds when you need them?
Yeah, I think something's wrong with my sound here real quick. But let's finish the introductions. Down here, in the bottom right, the purple Protoss, already being introduced in this game, but being introduced again, this time the correct time, MumboJumbo!
Ugh, can't even hold that O out for more than a few seconds.
I could, but I don't want to lose my voice on the first game.
Alright, so we have a hatch first coming down from Blord.
Blord. Blord.
Blord. Blord.
Not terribly uncommon. In fact, I think Hatch First is pretty much the beginning of every Zerg build order. Okay, I play Terran, so in my experience, Hatch First is the ultimate.
Well, that's 'cause you play Terran.
Yeah. And I'm having some sound driver issues here, real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's just so very. Okay, hang on. There we go. No.
Alright, so we have a Nexus first as well coming down from the purple Protoss player.
The good old Forge Fast expand that has actually come back in style. I mean,
I wasn't aware it ever went out of style. I haven't seen anything besides the Forge Fast expand since about 2 months before Heart of the Swarm release.
well, there was an area of time, like right after Heart of the Swarm came out, and where Forge Fast expand really kind of took a back seat to Gateway expands. And in some ways, it still does. Gateway expand better than Forge Fast expands in some respects.
All depends on the Zerg's opening.
Yeah, and I mean, Hatch First is generally a pretty safe one to go against.
Definitely.
Yeah. So now,
So we have B-Lord not actually knowing yet where Mumbo has spawned. Overlord now seeing the top right corner, seeing he's not there.
yeah. So
And he actually already saw the bottom left, so he knows he's in the bottom right now. Both players know it's a cross-map spawn, but B-Lord doesn't know what Mumbo's doing.
process of elimination is a powerful force. But here we go. B-Lord gonna go for that third hatch, which isn't surprising. He took no gas so far. Three hatch gasless. I forget, Dan. What do you play as?
I main Zerg.
You main Zerg. So we're gonna go to you for the expert read on this.
Okay. Alright, yeah. 3 hatch before gas is fairly standard for this matchup, actually. It's been standard since Stefano came out with his ever so popular and favored by Protoss players 11-minute Roach Max.
Oh God, I
and
remember
that's
that.
been the go-to economic build for Zerg players for the last couple of months.
Yeah. Now Mumbo's gonna scout this third hatchery.
Actually, if you take a look at Mumbo's base, that Zergling getting off a few hits on that pylon, with that pylon being out of range of the cannon, knocked down all the shields as well as 52 hit points.
Yeah, that is a dangerous place for a pylon. I really wouldn't mind a cannon up here on the high ground just to fortify. For here we go, Stargate. Stargate
Stargate opening. Now, this has actually been a very popular opening for Protoss players. I've noticed when I play Protoss, my Protoss is high plat, low diamond, so I'm not sure how knowledgeable I am about it. But if the Zerg player does some sort of a fast Mutalisk build, and you don't have a Stargate on the map to start producing Phoenixes, you're going to lose a lot of stuff. That's just the way it works.
Yeah, I mean, Stargates are kind of gimmicky, in my opinion. I mean, versus Zerg, for some reason, Phoenix is really strong. But the rest of it, I mean, when do you see oracles in PvZ? I don't know why you don't see more oracles in PvZ.
Well, with how low
Sentry!
that oracle, with how low that oracle health is, it's just a bit tough
All right,
as to get some damage because 2 queens can take down an oracle. One moment.
Phoenix is going to be the order of the day, not surprising. The only other thing that could realistically come out of there was a Void Ray. This Phoenix going to pick away at this Overlord, but he's going to get pretty much a full scout out, gets the Robo and the 2 gateways. So far, just the Roach Warren and going for the Lair now, along with the Macro Hatch.
Alright.
So,
what did this Overlord all see? This Overlord saw the Robo facility and 2 gateways, as well as the Stargate. So, the Zerg player getting a full read on everything that's going on right now. It's actually seeing every single building on the map for the Protoss, except for a few pylons here and there.
Spore Crawler's already on the way. Evo Chamber. Just 1 Evo Chamber? Huh. That's unusual. I don't see too many single Evo Chambers at 9 minutes.
Yeah, and actually, speed just now starting at about the 9-minute mark for his Zerglings. Macro Hatch just finishing and the Lair just finishing. We see Robotics Bay going down right now for the Protoss player, so he'll be going into Colossus real soon.
Yeah, Colossi really necessary against Zerg, at least in the mid game. I question their usefulness in the very late game. You know what, with the new Vipers and whatnot.
Oh yeah, but there's that ever so popular Colossus Templar mix with the range on feedback. I forget what that range is. It's a pretty decent range. If you get those feedbacks off on the Vipers, you can feedback incredibly fast and get rid of all the Vipers before they can abduct more than 1 or 2 Colossi.
Yeah, I mean that's really the trick. These Phoenix is also very good at picking off the Vipers.
Oh yes, they definitely are. And we're seeing 8 Roaches now just popping.
And actually, this is weird. He's only going for 3 Phoenixes. Usually you get 4 and then try and harass the drone line, but he's stopping at 3.
Yeah, now we see right now from the Zerg player, actually, no 4th base started, a Macro Hatch finished, Roach Speed just finishing right now, and all of his Roaches being sent into his main to hide them from any sort of a probe or anything that would come scout. Or, this is a bit different. I guess they're not all sent to the main, just the mineral line. But lots and lots of units on the map, 35 Roaches and 24 Zerglings on the map. I think the Zerg player is going to be going for an attack real soon.
Yeah, but, I mean, Well, Mumbo doesn't have any Colossi out yet, really. He doesn't have Thermal. He's getting his first Colossi, yeah. So,
Yeah, his first Colossus just finishing. And his 3rd actually now just done too as well. So it's just a matter of how long Blord is going to take to go in for this attack.
I think he's
If he, it looks like he's actually just going to go out right now. Now, is he going to poke in here and then hop back out? Is he going to just go for it all right away? That's the biggest question right now.
Well, the trick is +1. This is a +1 Roach timing. Pretty much.
Those Phoenix flying over, and Mumbo knows exactly what's coming right now.
But
Flying,
can he
seeing every
stop
Roach.
it? That's the trick. Because I don't know.
It's going to be all about these force fields. That's all that's going to matter here. More Colossus on the way. How many gateways on the field?
Not that many.
It's not showing us
6
the
gateways.
stretches tab.
6 gateways.
Alright,
here
so
we
that's
go.
not a ton of
He's
gateways.
posturing. Big battle here. He needs
Poking
big
in right
force
now.
fields. Oh, those
are some really good force fields. He's getting a lot of those Roaches to go into a choke point right between those force fields and making the damage from the Colossus being huge.
He really can't.
Blord now going for a big concave.
Yeah, he really can't move down here. He's got to pull out the force fields. Mumbo holding steady so far. Roach is actually coming in here from the flank, getting this 3rd base.
Attack kills the 3rd Nexus. And these Roaches are going to be coming around the back right now, and with no force fields left right now, I'm not sure if he can hold this off.
I think he can stop. Oh, if these Colossi get picked off, though, that is going to be a problem. One Colossi going to go down, and another comes from the high ground. Oh, this is...
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to force a retreat here, but Mumbo losing his 3rd base, Aspire now starting, as well as more and more units. Still no 4th base, and only 57 workers for the Zerg player, so this is about as all-in as it gets.
Not quite. I don't think we've crossed that point. What with the Colossi? If he could protect these Colossi, he's in good-ish shape, but I don't think he's going to be able to protect them.
Nope, those Roots is getting some excellent positioning there, and with just no force fields, there's nothing he can do against this.
Mumbo just trying to get a little, getting a little over eager there. He's going to lose this entire army now. Blord has lost a ton of army supply behind this. A couple Zerglings coming in to make life miserable. Mumbo might be able to hold this off.
Nope, yep. He just didn't have the units to hold it off. He didn't have the production, and with that third base going down, there just wasn't too much he could do to hold that off.
So very, very nice timing there by Blord.